Hey y'all, welcome back into the studio. Ooh, I'll tell you what. I have to tell you guys a little funny. I just sat down here about I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 minutes ago ready to record today's video. And I'm sitting here, I hit record and I'm sitting here just chit-chatting away with what I wanted to talk to y'all about today. And I look down and I realize my mic has been muted this entire time. Delete the video. Start over. Welcome into my life. It's so chaotic. Oh my goodness. So we're just going to jump right on into it, okay? So y'all make sure you've got your hook and your yarn or your project, and let's get started, okay? Because unlike you, I've been through this once today. Oh my lord. Okay, here we go. What I wanted to talk to you guys about today was when you're first beginning and being mindful of the little wins that you are going to come to in your crochet journey. When you're new to crochet, it's really easy to feel like you're not making any progress. You look at your stitches, you look at your edges, you look at your yarn, and you think, why does this feel so hard? All these other videos, they make it look really easy, but I'm struggling trying to figure out how to hold my yarn, or how do I start the project, whatever the case may be. Here's the thing that nobody tells beginners. They really don't. Crochet is built on a bunch of tiny little wins. Little moments that may not look like much, but they're actually everything. You might not even notice it at first, but one day your hands stop just arguing with the yarn. Your hook will slide a little bit easier into those stitches. Your tension stops jumping all over the place, being loosey-goosey one minute and super tight the next. There will come a time when those things will happen for you in your journey as well. That moment, a tiny little shift, that's a win. It may not look impressive. It doesn't look like it's a finished project yet. But it's the moment that your hands start to learn. Every beginner in that moment and has that moment where they look down and they think, wait, that actually looks like something. Your stitches will line up right, finally. That's a win. Your rows will look straighter. That's another win. Your yarn stops splitting every 5 seconds. That's a huge win, people. A huge win. A real one. And it usually happens quietly. In the middle of a project, you thought that you were messing up. It doesn't matter if it's a coaster or a square or a rectangle or something that was supposed to be a rectangle but in fact may have turned out to look like a trapezoid. You finished it. You made something from absolutely nothing. That's a huge win. Beginners, we don't celebrate that enough. We jump straight to comparing our work to someone else's work, which we should never do because we're just starting and they may have been crocheting for 10 or 20 years at that point. Hell, maybe even 50. Finishing anything in crochet, especially early on, now that's a big deal. Once you realize that you didn't have to stop and check a tutorial for how to start your row, or how to hold your yarn, or if you're like me, even how to make a slip knot, because I didn't know how to get that yarn to stay on my hook. You know, sometimes it's those little things that turn out to be a huge win. It means that your hands are finally beginning to remember for you. Your brain didn't have to think about it. You didn't have to go in search of the information. Your hands just knew the answer. And that's when crochet starts to feel like crochet. This is the moment that most beginners don't even realize is happening. You start choosing the yarn you like, the hook that feels good, the colors that feel like you, the projects that make sense for your hands. My hands. That's the beginning of your crochet voice, your style, your way. And it starts with tiny wins that are stacked on top of each other. You don't need big wins to be a crocheter. You really don't. You don't need perfect stitches. You don't need speed. Hell, you don't even need confidence. Those tiny wins will build up your confidence later on. You just need those tiny, tiny wins, and you already have them. You haven't even noticed it yet. So if you're feeling like you're stuck or slow or even unsure, look for those tiny wins. They really are there, and they're enough because they're real. Anyway, that's my ramble for the day. And I want you guys to understand just how that portion of the journey, treasure it, because it's later on, a year from now, 2 years from now, hell, maybe 3 or 4 years from now, you're going to look back on it and go, I've always crocheted and I don't remember a time when I didn't. For me, it's been a year. And I look back on before I started crocheting and thinking about how hard that I thought it was going to be. And in the beginning, it was hard. I'm not going to lie. I won't make that up. It was hard because I didn't know. But as your hands learn those stitches, as your hands learn what they like, how to keep it straight, how to keep your tension steady all the way through your project, it becomes easier. And you stop thinking of it as being hard and you start thinking and feeling like, I just want to go crochet. I'm done doing what I need to do. My adult responsibilities can stop for a little while because I've done all the things I needed to do. I just want my yarn in my hands and I want my hook doing those hooky things, right? Like, I want to sit and stitch. It takes time to get to that point. Like in the beginning, you're so frustrated by it. You just want to put the hook down, walk away, and say, I'm never touching that again. At least some of us do. Not everyone, but a lot of us do. So you put the hook down, you get up, you go to the other room, maybe you get a drink or you fix something to eat or whatever. Or maybe you just take a walk outside and then you come back and you pick that hook back up and you start again. Because you're learning something that will be a lifelong skill and an amazing journey along the way. And there will come a time when you're going to really enjoy sitting down with that yarn and just enjoying the peace and quiet while you stitch. Anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video. Until then, be you, always. Bye, y'all.